We will be. Most likely we are live with week 63 from Berlin, El Salvador.
Yes.
The 23rd of October 2023.
Yep.
Rapidly coming into the Adopting Bitcoin conference, which is, I'm going to turn that sound down so you guys don't hear us, which we're really excited about. Our weeks, we're just like, this is going to be busy.
Yep. But before adopting,
Yes.
we have got the Bitcoin's Berlin's anniversary. And so it's this weekend, and we have got the Bitcoin Farmers Market up here in Berlin on Sunday, which is awesome.
I was looking for a sticker, which might be on that bottle. But if you are in El Salvador and you want to come and see the fastest growing circular economy here in what was just announced, it is kind of like it wasn't really an official announcement on the latest podcast, which on the side there you will see our service is going to be Bitcoin Beach podcast, and on the Bitcoin Beach podcast on Sunday was Evelyn and Gerardo about Berlin.
Yes.
Which we're very excited about. We listened to it on the way home from from the Bitcoin Farmers Market. So many things in my head. And it was, I had goosebumps a couple of times.
It was a great interview. If you haven't listened to that interview, it's seriously, it's a great interview to listen to. They've got so many wonderful pointers and stories. Yeah. It's really cool.
It is inspiring. It's super inspiring. It's driven by locals, for locals. It's super cool. The pen, the magic pen is here already. So I'm going to cover a few things that we talk about. Thank you for joining us. If you have any questions, we will be answering them at the end. There's a little Q&A thing down here under Nikki's heart, and you put the questions in the chat. We will answer them when this little flag in front of me makes it all the way over to Nikki.
Yes.
If you would like to know what's going on in El Salvador, join our newsletter. There's a link down in the description below. It's the Substack link. It's free. Every week it comes up with 3 things that we think were interesting and worth taking a look at, along with a whole heap of meetups and events that are here in El Salvador.
And that list is getting larger and larger. It's quite amazing. So many different events all around El Salvador is happening now. It's really cool.
It's crazy. It's full. Yep. It's very full. We're at the point where we're like, man, do we start trimming some of these or like limiting some of them?
Yeah.
Because it's becoming quite a big job that's a large part of the newsletter these days, which is really interesting. Also, if you're on the newsletter, you go on the chance to win a call with us once a month. We pick a unique name every month to go on that call. So if you'd like to have a free call with us, do that, because did we sell a call? Was it this week or last week?
Last week.
We do get people contacting us and getting consultation calls, which is really awesome. We really enjoy them. Sats shout out. Yes. Okay. So I'm going to jump to Get Orbi, which has sats from our Geyser campaign and also from Nosta and just awesome people who send us stuff. So there was, okay, I wanted to kind of see the numbers and see if the numbers come back. They do come back. All right, so 7 days ago, some really awesome person dropped us 171,869 sats, which I think was last Monday.
Yeah.
And thank you. I can't remember if that was on the Geyser or not. I know the next one, which was 34,603 sats, that was from Geyser. That was from Bitcoin Beach Brazil, or Fernando, who we spoke to about bulk cards and a community node for Berlin, actually, which was really interesting. Thank you, Fernando, from Bitcoin Beach BR is his Twitter handle. He does amazing stuff with children, and he travels around and teaches people how to set up Zap cards, basically these. We got this from him at the conference last year. He did a workshop, and we got a free bulk card that we worked with. And then there was 25,000 sats this afternoon from Super Pilotish. Thank you very much. That's awesome. I'm looking at the numbers, and the just in case anybody's curious, if you watch the Bitcoin price, which is in the top corner of this call, it's going up right now. It's been climbing $1,000 a day for like the last 3 or 4 days, which is crazy exciting.
It's 32.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
This afternoon, it's just like been
gone nuts.
moving and moving.
It's gone nuts. Something's happening. People are
Yeah.
excited.
Wow.
Maybe it's Argentina. Maybe it's the ETF. Maybe it's just people have woken up and realized that they should stack some sats. Just going to mention on our Geyser. So Geyser is a crowdfunding campaign. We had thank you for the kind words today. Keep up spreading the Bitcoin message and inspiring the next generation of Salvadorans. Jamie from acceptln.com. So Jamie was the person who sent the 160 something, which on Geyser was 175,000 sats. We also saw him at the Bitcoin Farmers Market on Sunday yesterday. And he was like, thank you so much for doing the little piece. And he's like, I have updated the website after, because he came to Berlin on a day trip with Courtney, and they hung out, and him and I sat down and went through his product. And he's like, I've already made a whole heap of changes based on the stuff you said. I want you to use the website again. So I'm really excited to use that again. Acceptln.com is the website. If you would like to be able to send anybody Bitcoin to their email address, and then they can learn how to download a wallet and receive those sats. I was really impressed with his features and his tools. So if you want to try something new, check that out. Thank you, Jamie. And then on our Blink wallet, which I'm going to quickly jump over to, 2,100 sats. Thank you. 21 sats, thank you. And 1,000 sats yesterday, thank you. Which is super cool. People's zapping. We love the fact that people zap us sats, that people zap each other sats, that they use different wallets. Speaking of that, this week and last week and this week, I've currently got a focus of using the Phoenix wallet, which is a self-hosted wallet. Wherever we go, poor old Nikki got a bit tired of me going, I want to record this one, Nikki. Can you please grab the camera so I can record this one? And because I just want to record every transaction I do with the Phoenix wallet at the moment. So I'm like a kid with a new toy at the moment, which is awesome.
But it's very quick.
It is quick.
It is really quick.
Yeah.
The
Phoenix. So the Phoenix wallet, the biggest plus that say Wallet of Satoshi or Blink cannot offer is that you hold the keys. You literally hold the passphrase for that wallet. And so Wallet of Satoshi and Blink don't offer that, which is like the biggest sort of trade-off there, right? And then so there's a trade-off in the other direction as well. The thing that the Phoenix wallet does, the Phoenix wallet is super feature-rich. The thing that it doesn't offer is like a customized URL address. Now this is a bit of a pain when you want to pay a static name every single time. So you can pay njelsalvador at blink.sv really easily just by zapping that email address in most wallets, including inside the Phoenix wallet. But the Phoenix wallet doesn't receive that way, as where the Wallet of Satoshi and Blink do. Maybe that's a feature they can work on in the future if I can customize my setup. But they would be the two biggest pros and cons of those two wallets. And if that's the trade-off, otherwise the features are pretty much the same, we're having a great experience right now. I've talked about all sorts of stuff I wasn't going to talk about, but that's what's happening here. I mean, we're doing fun stuff with Lightning, and it's integrated into the community, talking to businesses. Are we going to get into Monday and do it?
Yeah. What about meetups?
Oh, meetups. Yes, thank you.
So,
Nikki's paying attention.
Yes. This week it is a busy week. There's the My First Bitcoin meetup. In fact, I think the Plebs meetup in Machante and Alzonte is on Wednesday. And then they've got the My First Bitcoin on Thursday up in San Salvador, and then the Bitcoin Beach in Alzonte at
Palo
Verde, yes. So 3 meetups all this week. One very casual, and then the other 2. One thing I liked about the My First Bitcoin one this time is they are promoting, if you're new to Bitcoin, you're welcome to go. They'd love to get you onto a wallet and show you how to, use, send and receive. So it is going to be a slightly educational one by the sounds of things, but it's really cool that that's what they're putting out to offer, people, which is awesome.
Super cool. Please put any messages in the chat if you are following us. Oh, there are messages in the chat. Okay, the wrong one. All right, thank you guys. It's so exciting to see messages in there when the dashboard's not, but the other one is. Okay.
Cool. And we will be answering the questions at the end.
Yes,
okay.
we will. So,
Monday.
No,
Jeez.
because this Saturday we are having a meetup in the evening here in Berlin, because this weekend is the Berlin meetup, and then on Sunday morning we've also got the Bitcoin Farmers Market here in Berlin.
Yeah, and the thing with the Berlin meetup on the Saturday night is at Eco Parque, which is actually really cool because it's just down the road from us. But at the Eco Parque Park is the fact it is going to be the first sort of open Bitcoin meetup they're having.
Here in Berlin?
Here in Berlin.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is really cool. So if you come up, you're going to be the first,
Yes.
be part of the first
Yes.
of these amazing things that are happening up here in Berlin.
There's been a lot of spot meetups, but they're not really official meetups. They're not advertised. It's just a group of Bitcoiners sort of found each other on the same day, and they're like, let's have dinner.
Yeah, yeah. So this will be really good because they're going to be sharing, things they've done and what they're planning to do in the future, and it's going to be, it's going to be good.
It's going to be very interesting.
All right, Monday. Okay, so Monday always is a work, catch up with things that we need to do. We had a little, we had been here for a month, and so we had to pay rent. So I had, over the weekend, of course, the banks were making it really difficult for us to set up payments. And I also then tried to use Ditto Banks to make a payment, but of course Ditto Banks was fine. You can make a payment into a bank account with Ditto Banks as long as it's your account. You can't actually make a payment into somebody else's. So we worked out that we couldn't do that, but last minute I ended up going to the bank.
Yep. From
the same bank as I had to deposit the money, I was able to withdraw with the Ditto Banks, withdraw the money without having to pay any fees. And then I went and deposited it, which was great.
If you live in El Salvador and you have a residency, we would recommend going and signing up for a free Ditto Banks card. It is super useful. It gives you access from zapping. You can lightning zap or on-chain send your Bitcoin to the account, convert it for a 1% fee, and then use it on fiat rails, online and in stores with banks.
No, it's really, really helpful.
Super
and
useful.
handy.
ATMs, get cash out. Yeah.
We prepped for the Monday Live, and then we had the Monday Live, and of course if anyone listened to that, we had a downpour of rain, and it was extremely loud, but we did listen to it afterwards, and it was very loud, but we could hear ourselves talk. So
but the noise was horrible.
Well,
not much we can do about that.
No.
Sorry about that. It's part of the life of here in El Salvador. So just in case anyone's curious why it was so horribly noisy, it's because a lot of the houses, they don't put insulation on the roof. They literally just have tin. So when it rains, you have rain on tin. And it's torrential rain. It's not like light pitter-patter. It's torrential and it's noisy.
Yeah. We then went to Berlin as in action. Meeting to show the new centre and discuss what the up-and-coming Bitcoin Farmers Market. So that was great. So we had a lot of people turn up for that. They came and enjoyed checking out the new centre. And we sort of had a meet-up there. And then we went and tried the new pupuseria for a late meal. And we paid with Bitcoin.
We did. A new onboarded pupuseria.
Yeah.
They saw what was happening with people coming in and wanting to use Bitcoin, and they wanted the business, and that's what's happening. Listen to the podcast with Mike on Bitcoin Beach with Evelyn and Gerardo. They talk about that, where basically the businesses here are seeing businesses have success, and then Nikki had an experience this morning. Do you want to run over that?
Which one?
She went to the Bitcoin Center to have a Spanish lesson.
Yes.
And as soon as they arrived...
Yes. It was amazing.
Wants to tell the story.
So we, as soon as we arrived, we sat down, we opened the computer, and a local Salvadorian came in, and he wanted to learn how to accept Bitcoin. And he comes from a garden center here, and he had... I know that we had gone in, it was... quite a few weeks ago, and bought some plants and actually asked if they accepted Bitcoin, and he said no. And then someone else obviously has been in over the weekend, and so he came in and we downloaded him on the Blink wallet, and he didn't have Chivo, downloaded on the Blink wallet. Gerardo's amazing. It's great watching him work, and interact with with people, and it's great to see. So that was awesome. So
Yes.
really exciting, the fact that we opened the doors and within 5 minutes someone came in and wanted to know about Bitcoin and how they could start accepting it.
It's super inspiring.
Yeah.
I mean, it's working.
Absolutely.
Tuesday?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Go for it.
Absolutely. All right. Let's use the magic button.
Mm-hmm.
Is the magic button going to do it? Come on, magic button.
No.
No, it's not. All right, I'll move it manually in just a moment. Tuesday, we had more work. Nikki had a meet up with a local Berlinese. Is that how you say it?
No.
You don't know?
No.
A local person who
Yes.
lives here in Berlin for coffee,
Yeah.
and they had a language exchange. So one practiced Spanish and the other one practiced English, which is super cool that you can do that here in person, not just virtually, but in person.
Yeah. And then that was about it.
Yeah, so Tuesday...
It was work and doing that. So.
Yes.
And then Wednesday, I had another Spanish lesson, which is great. Then we actually had a video conference, which was really cool, with Thomas from Street Cyber.
Yes.
So I don't know if you've seen, if you've seen the Street Cyber artwork that goes, that gets put around all different places around the world.
There's a photo of it there. If you check our Twitter account, you can see his work.
And really great talking to him. We have got some artwork of his, and we're going to start doing some of that around Berlin, which is really great. So that was good. We also then had a video call later in the day with Gladys from Excellence Real Estate. Now, I don't know, we've done 2 videos with Gladys. Now, she is a part Salvadorian, but she lives up in California. But she comes down and she is working, she does non-resident mortgages. She's working and helping people find property here in El Salvador. She knows what the rules and the regulations are of the banks. Awesome woman to if you're seriously looking at buying property here, she's a great woman to be in touch with, and you can get hold of her on our website under property.
Yeah, under property or njelsalvador.com/property.
Yes.
And you can download a free PDF.
Yeah.
With your email. That way we know that you're on the list.
She has been extremely busy, but she has got people in training to be able to answer calls and to do things, which is awesome.
And the reason we collect the email is because we give her a list of the emails, and that way when people contact her, she knows that they've come through us, and she will try to prioritize those accounts. If you are just kicking tires just for the sake of contacting people and asking random questions, be aware that a lot of people here in El Salvador have a lot of people contacting them. And some people just don't have the bandwidth to entertain poorly worded questions, or just people who aren't really serious about what they're doing. So just be aware of that. Try to be polite, conducive to getting a good response if you're serious about asking people questions, because if you ask silly questions, you may get silly answers in response, and it's not that, just be respectful of people's time.
I think time's a big thing.
Because a lot of people, a lot of the social media influencers here, they get a lot of questions. I mean, the last 2 weeks with conference coming up, our inbox has been really busy. We do our best to answer all of them. Some of them are incredibly random, vague questions, but the people who put in time and effort, you generally will get a better response from people. So just be aware of that. It goes it's just courtesy, right? It doesn't matter what you're doing in life, but
Absolutely. And then the last thing, James had a great call with Fernando from the Bitcoin Beach, Brazil, about bulk cards and nodes and setting up centers like we have up here in Berlin.
Yeah, so we talked about it, and we got different bulk cards here, which come off different. They're operated by different people. They're set up on different wallets. I like to play with all these things and test them. So this is actually a cover to protect it, so it can't actually be triggered. There is a card in there as well, but it's set up on a different wallet. This is Tianki. This is a local company that does it, and they offer a really cool system on the back. This is a Coin Corner Bolt card, which is super cool. I've got this set up on my own custom thing because their system is heavily KYC'd, and I didn't want that. But I will learn how to reprogram this cool looking card to be on Alien Bits. And then I have another one here, which I also try to program on my own node. So it's really interesting. There's no easy answer to this at the moment because it's new technology and it's open source and there's all sorts of solutions to these things.
Okay, right, service.
Okay, yes. Please like and share our video. Please subscribe if you haven't. We really appreciate it. And also in the description down below is a link to the latest podcast by live from Bitcoin Beach, which is Mike. Mike is one of the main people who set up Bitcoin Beach charity and all of those things that are happening. There's a number, actually in our newsletter last week, we had the Follow the Money interview number 1. And Mike was in that a lot because they started in El Salvador, and you can learn a little bit about what Mike did with Bitcoin Beach here in El Salvador because he's been here well before Bitcoin was a thing. So Mike has amazing experience here in El Salvador before and post Bitcoin. He's really interesting. The people that he's interviewing people who are here in El Salvador. Like, see, if you want to be on his podcast, you need to be here. And
I could be visiting.
Yeah.
Too. Yeah.
Yes.
So you don't actually need to be living here. You can be visiting.
Yeah. But he's not doing remote video calls with people. You need to be here visiting. You need to or be living here. And if you've got something interesting to talk about, Mike loves to chat to these people. We've been on his show a couple of times, which is great, and he's interviewed a wide range of people that we know here. And it's really interesting what who also comes out of the woodwork and why they're here. So check out Mike's podcast. Go and subscribe to Mike's podcast. Get it, going by subscribing and liking a few of the videos. Put a few views on them, because it helps what's happening in El Salvador. It helps what's happening with adoption. I think that the people that Mike is interviewing are different to a lot of what the other big podcasters are doing. So a lot of the other big podcasters are interviewing like big names for trading and things like that, or like macroeconomics, or really big names for services or coding or things like that. Mike is interviewing a huge range of people, but people who have broken through the filter, come to El Salvador to visit, and are doing things here, everything from helping in the community to writing code and protocol for Bitcoin and Lightning.
And I think one of the reasons we put it up, Mike up today, or the Bitcoin Beach podcast up today, is the fact that Evelyn and Gerardo had their interview with him, our podcast with him, and it went live on Sunday. And there was some great...
I mean, we've moved to Berlin because we've been inspired by what they were doing. And hearing them condense their story, because we've been following their story, and we love hearing about it and tidbits and bits and pieces, but hearing it condensed on the Bitcoin Beach podcast, because we listened to it while we drove home on Sunday after the Bitcoin Farmers Market, it was really cool, like laughing about some of the things that they were saying, because we know how true they were and the things they went through. And we're super inspired that these are Salvadorans who, I summed it up by, Gerardo tells the story really well, but he was like, we were at home and we were bored during COVID. So we learned about Bitcoin. And then they started going to the My First Bitcoin meetups. And they learned more about Bitcoin. And then they realized they could become teachers to help other Salvadorans learn about Bitcoin. And they did that through My First Bitcoin. And then they realized...
they gave up their jobs. So they gave up their jobs that they had. And
super inspiring story. And then they came to Berlin and they were inspired by what was happening. And they thought, this seems like a good thing. After reading the Bitcoin Beach Bubbles white paper. And they used that as their blueprint to be able to move forward with what they did there. So the Mike's podcast, what Mike's done with Bitcoin Beach, Evelyn and Gerardo, what these guys have done, what these guys talk about, we think it was super inspiring, and that's why we've got this on here today, because I forgot to push the service button, because it's really awesome. It's really awesome. Yeah. Is that enough? Is that enough ranting and raving? Like I'm just talking about all the good things. But
pretty much, if you haven't watched any of the Mike's podcasts, you need to go and watch.
Yeah, go and do it.
Yeah, go and do it.
Give
Subscribe
it some
to
likes.
it, like it, push the bell, whatever you do on YouTube. Yeah.
Yes. Already.
Yeah. Okay, so Thursday we did a San Miguel trip. So we did the Price Smart and the Dollar Store and picked up some bits and pieces. Great, we were able to pay with Bitcoin on both of those. Accepted Bitcoin. On the way home, we had to purchase a little wooden table. I did ask if they'd accept Bitcoin, but no, they just sort of looked at me and laughed, I think. And but I did actually use the Ditto Banks card at that situation because we didn't have enough cash. So we did that, so that was good. We then had a meeting with our team from Playa San Blas that we're doing some work with. We're building a project, which is really exciting, and we're looking forward to being able to share that in the coming future.
It's funny because someone that we're working with has just said that we look really excited. Keep going.
Yeah. Okay. And then we went and met at the Bitcoin Centre again to discuss some things that were happening in regards to the Bitcoin Farmers Market on Sunday. So that was great. And we went to a new cafe. What was the cafe called? Oh, Rustico
Grill and Drinks.
Food was great. It was really reasonably priced, and they accepted it, and they've just started accepting Bitcoin.
Yep.
And so he was rapt that a table of, I don't know how many, 8, 9, 10 of us all went there for dinner.
Yes.
It was really good. What you do find when you do...
Whoa! Sorry, someone just said don't look at the price, and of course I look at the price, 33,500. It's just...
It was 34 before.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, crikey.
I know.
Wow.
I know.
Right.
But anyway...
Sorry. You guys have caught my attention.
What you do find when you go out for dinner here is there's normally only 1 or 2 people out the back cooking, and they will cook. It feels like one meal at a time, so it's a little bit of a slower service, but it's great because you get to just catch up with everybody, and it's just what it is. But the meals are always very tasty.
Yeah.
In fact, you had your best favourite.
Oh my gosh, I am not a fan of tortillas.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm now a fan of tortillas, but they need to be cooked properly. I learned about this guy. He cooked his tortillas the best I've ever had a tortilla. So yeah, I mean I often eat them because I just want to fill up when I'm eating my meal. But these ones I was like, whoa, like these are tortillas. And Gerardo was sitting across from me. He's like, yeah, these are good tortillas. So when a Salvadoran confirms you got good tortillas, that's good. So he's also on the BTC map. So btcmap.org. We are busy helping the team put the business locations on that map, and I just put one on today, which I'm going to talk about soon. Okay,
all right. So that was great, and he accepted Bitcoin, of course. So that was awesome. So Friday,
we went to the centre for Spanish classes. Well, Nikki went for a Spanish class.
It didn't actually happen, but that's okay.
No, and I went to pot around and help out with bits and pieces. So I can't remember exactly what I did. I think I did.
The wires.
No, that was the time before. Okay. But we had a woodworker come in.
No, that was on Saturday. That was the day after.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay, I'm confused. So I did do the wires then. So I go around and I clean out a whole heap of little things that
that James notices and nobody else does. But once it's gone, it's gone. It's awesome.
Once it's gone, people are like, "Wow, it seems really."
Clean,
like organized in here, and it's like, I just pulled out about 20 meters of coaxial cable, which did nothing, and I removed like 3 lines coming down from the sky to the building. It's just amazing how they wire things here. It's pretty crazy, and when they finish, they just literally cut it and leave it. It's amazing. So we did that, and then we had a late lunch at Cafe 303. And we went with...
that's Saturday.
Is that Saturday as well?
Saturday as well, yeah.
Did we just go on our own?
Yeah.
And we saw Jethro on the way out. So we saw Jethro. Jethro had been at 303, and we were ships passing in the night. And so that was cool. And that was the first time I was like, I'm going to use the Phoenix wallet, and we made a video. So that was cool. And it was fun because the wife... there's a couple that own it, and the wife was there, and she was super stoked. She was like, "Well, we're making a video."
Yes.
She was really excited.
And it was really nice. They do a really great apple pie.
Yes,
I really enjoyed that, so that was awesome. So,
Saturday,
and the coffee's good.
Yes,
really
also
good,
did really
so,
good coffee there. And well priced. And it's right by the Mirador, which is a lookout, and you can go check out this amazing view over Berlin and over Usulatan, and you can see down into the valley. Yeah, it's cool.
Okay, Saturday, we met up in the centre again, so this time with Evelyn, and we met the carpenter. So we are looking at sort of putting together a coffee station, and so we need some shelves, and we needed a water station as well. So we had a carpenter come in, which is great, and discuss some good ideas with him. Then it was amazing. We're just again sitting there, and just James is busy talking to the carpenter, and then this guy walks in, and his eyes light up, and he's just like, "Wow, you guys are here!" And he was from Ecuador. He now lives in Florida.
There's the photo. Anyone who's watching that photo on the side, he's got the white shorts.
And he's now lives in Florida, and he came here for a week to visit, but he's staying in Alzante. He saw our posts about Berlin and about the centre, and he did a day trip from Alzante, which is a 3-hour drive, up to Berlin to check it out. And we just happened to be there, and he was so rapt. And he'd never seen the K1 machine before. No. So I took him through that, and it was really interesting because we did have a little issue with that, but it was only because of the type of invoice I had created, or he had created to pay. But that's right, we sorted that. And then he'd also never seen a bulk card get used, so I showed him how you could load a Tianki card with
the ATM.
Yeah.
And a bulk card.
Oh yeah, with the bulk card. And yeah, so he was blown away by the things that you can do now, he wasn't even aware of. So that was awesome. And we sent him off down to 303 for lunch. So they were really pleased that, he went down there for lunch. But it was really good. We also arranged for some stickers to be printed. We arranged those to be printed on Wednesday. They arrived in Berlin, they got printed in San Salvador in Berlin on Saturday morning, and no charge on delivery.
Crazy.
Unbelievable. So we've got a whole lot of new stickers, which we're really excited about. And so Evelyn and I were looking through those, so that was really good. So that was sort of our day. And then we were also doing some work in regards to trying to get some things sorted for this weekend coming. So that's great. Whew.
There's a lot happening.
There's a lot, yep. And then we then had a late lunch at 303, again with Evelyn came down, and also we had Vanya come with us as well, which is great. I took some soap because the day before she was asking about the soap, so I took some of the soap down, and it was really great. She was really excited. She bought some soap from me, but what was really gorgeous was she actually looked at me and she goes, "Aceptamos Bitcoin."
Oh, it's so funny.
I wish we had a video.
Yeah.
And so that was awesome. So she was able to spend some of her Bitcoin with me and buying her soap.
It was super funny to have the question turned around on us.
Yeah.
Because we always go into stores and we're like, "Accept our Bitcoin," with this cheeky sort of look. And she turned around and she laid it into us, and it was just like, whoa, it was one of those Kodak moments. It was really cool.
And at one point James sort of wandered around town, and he found this random store.
Well, I was on a hunt for parts from for the centre. So Nikki and I are currently donating time and things that we think the centre needs. So we're donating stuff that we buy. It's not coming out of their donations or budget at the moment. And I was looking for some screws, or amongst other things. And I went into a hardware store because the hardware stores we normally go to were closed and they don't accept Bitcoin. And this was just a random one. Didn't know it was there. Just saw it and went in. And the ladies in there, they were busy playing veterinarian because they're training to be veterinarians in the background. And they started speaking to me in English, and anyway, I found what I wanted, and then I asked my classic question, "Accept our Bitcoin?" And she was like, looked at me a bit for a moment, and she goes, yes. And she pulled out her Chivo wallet, and she accepted it, and I'm just like, whoa, I was just like blown away. So that was really cool. It was awesome to find. So we now have a hardware wallet. Hardware wallet. We now have a hardware store on the btcmap.org. I put it on there today here in Berlin, so you can do one more thing with Bitcoin, which is really cool.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, Sunday.
Sunday. Now, remember, I see there's a whole heap of questions in there asking us things. We are going to answer those very soon. So do feel free to put questions in the chat box. We're going to go through and answer them right after we get through Sunday, which isn't too long. So please like, share, and all that stuff as well.
Like, share, subscribe.
Yep. Very early Sunday morning, so that means we woke up at 3:30 a.m. and on the road just after 4. We headed down to El Zonte Bitcoin Farmers Market. We were literally following the owners of Los Amigos. They've actually changed the name of their place. Yeah.
Okay.
So we were literally following the owners into El Zonte to set up. So we were first on site to set up after the owners. But El Zonte is busy relaying all the streets. So if you've visited El Zonte before, it is a new El Zonte right now. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's changed it so much. If you've been to Tunco, this is going to make Tunco look older. It's because this is flash and new. Looks really good. Basically, Nikki and I spent the day socializing with everybody, taking photos, promoting their stands. So we promote the stands. We talk to everybody we can. It's a really good day. We support as many people as we can by buying food to keep us going during the day and supplies.
Yep, and it's our fruit and veggies and bacon and butter and I bought breakfast there from the owners of the site that have us, and that was really good. And then we drove home and we listened to the Bitcoin Beach podcast, which is over there on the side. Make sure you listen to Live from Bitcoin Beach, great podcast. That was our service for today. And when we got home, we went to the square here in Berlin. And we had a pupusa dinner, and Evelyn and Gerardo came and joined us, and we had a chat to them about everything that was going on. Yeah. And then we could hear all this fireworks. We weren't paying too much attention to it because it's not great fireworks. It just makes a big bang, doesn't do much colour. Yeah. And then we realised what the fireworks was for. Yeah. And it was for Miss Berlin, who is... Miss Tourism.
Miss Tourism.
Yes.
Sorry, Miss Tourism, who is from Berlin. Yeah. And they were celebrating her win just down from where we were having dinner. So we went down and took photos and looked like tourists, which is appropriate for Miss Tourism. Yeah. So that's great. If you didn't know, it will be in our newsletter tomorrow morning. Miss Tourism is from Berlin, which is super cool. So somehow we need to get her in a corner and try and get her to take Bitcoin.
But it's great.
But no, we're very excited about that.
So there's lots happening in Berlin. Yeah. There is lots happening.
Yes, awesome. It's very cool.
Okay, questions.
We're going to answer your questions. Exciting.
I'm put that onto the side.
Yes, I'm going to put up the big version of the questions so we can go through them. All right. JW the Laker, hey Nikki and James, hello, thank you.
Yes, we haven't seen you for ages.
Yes. Why didn't see you last week?
Oh, was he? Oh,
yes.
Sorry. Yep. Okay.
You want to go next?
Yep. Okay. Swift Tropics, finally able to make it for a live stream. Thank you for turning up. We really appreciate everybody coming in and saying hello and answering any question or asking any questions, should I say. We really appreciate the support. It makes us feel alive to be here. It makes it worth us coming out and just chatting.
Yes, we appreciate everybody who comes in and watches and I'm just looking at the numbers right now. 26 concurrent viewers. That's like huge, right? We haven't had massive numbers like that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Thank you. That's awesome. Yeah, thank you. That's exciting. I think, is it moving on us? It's not.
Yeah, no,
JW the Laker, heading to El Salvador on the 11th of December. Hopefully I can see you in Berlin. The plan is to go there as well. If you're here and you're going to the centre, let us know.
Yes, we'll meet you there.
Yes, just not on Monday. Try not to be Monday. Monday's busy. Super Pilot-ish. Ola, thank you very much for all your support, your tips. Yes. I received your Satoshi wallet test. Thank you for that. I received it on the Get Orbi account, and I'm not quite sure how you sent it to us.
JW Laker, how are the house prices in Berlin? Still affordable? I plan to visit around. I have a real estate agent ready to go. They seem to be. We don't see. Oh well, actually, it depends. In the middle of the city, the ones that we have seen were extremely expensive. If you're looking slightly outside of the city, and it depends on what you're after, they can be a little bit cheaper.
Yeah.
But we actually haven't really looked at purchasing. We've just come up renting to just get the feel of the place. But we are really enjoying it.
Yes. If you would like to talk to somebody who's currently building a book of things that he's finding available that are for sale here in Berlin specifically, the Natural He's the Natural Investor. You will be able to find his Twitter profile off the Berlin account. Yeah. Charlie is his name. Charlie is busy going around finding a lot of property. He also helped us find a place to stay here. He's good at helping people find things because he's got fluent English and Spanish, and he's well known in town, so that helps.
Cool. Right. Super Politish, hit the like button, folks. Thank you. Yes, please do.
Lewis, hello from Baltimore in the United States. Hello,
Hi.
Thank you. Thanks for joining us.
Yep.
That's super cool. Welcome. Clements Johnson, I took your advice and downloaded Strike and Wallet of Satoshi last week, then bought my first sats. I wanted to check out Blink, but it's not available in the USA numbers. Yes, correct. If you're looking for another wallet to check out Phoenix, because Phoenix is self-custody. If you do use the Phoenix wallet, you will want to back up your seed phrase that you generate with the Phoenix wallet, but it's also another excellent wallet. Strike's great for bank connections. Wallet of Satoshi is just a general great, it's a pure Lightning wallet with no KYC. Strike, you may need KYC, but it's got bank connections. And then Phoenix goes another level to be fully self-sovereign with your Lightning wallet.
Yeah. Monomore, time is finite, just like Bitcoin. Yes, it is. Now, Monomore, you also mentioned about soap delivery to Canada. What area of Canada? Just so I can look at prices and I can, or DM us on Twitter would be really good.
Or you can send us an email. It's basically njelsalvador@gmail.com. It's our username at gmail.com for anybody who wants to flick us an email. I think there's a contact on our website as well.
Super pilotish. Mike does a great job on live from Bitcoin Beach. YouTube channel, great info. James is correct.
Yeah, Mike interviews some really interesting people. He's very knowledgeable on life and Bitcoin in El Salvador, which is, he's worth listening to because he has some really good, what do I call them, wholesome discussions about what it's like here.
Yeah.
If Mike doesn't like something here, he finds it weird. He talks about it. So Mike's not hiding the fact that some things here are just difficult or weird or whatever, but he's honest about his experiences here, which is really good.
Yeah.
FSV seems like you're excited. Love it. Yes, Lots going on. Thank you. Great to see you here again. I feel like you missed a couple of live shows, but maybe you're just quiet. Rad Vladdy, warning, don't look at the price. I did. That was when I looked at the price and I freaked out. That was your message that did it. 33,000. Man, things are going crazy. Van D Hayes, 36.4. Yeah, things are moving. We're back down at 33 right now. Ramiro is still on the Bitcoin price. It is up like crazy. Yes. There's a whole heap of things happening. It could be not Venezuela. It could be Argentina that's getting attention and interest and traction. Today, I've retweeted it and shared some news with some people talking about how the ETFs may be preparing themselves. Apparently, it's become apparent that BlackRock has created a trust to start putting Bitcoin in to prepare for the ETF approval. So if they're possibly buying in the background, that's going to make a lot of people have FOMO and start buying. And just other things as well. There's a lot of good things happening, which, it's great to just buy some Bitcoin and try it. If you buy $1,000 of Bitcoin, it will put you ahead of the average person in the world going forward. In the next 5 to 10 years, $1,000 today could be life-changing for somebody.
Angel.
The chat just jumped.
Angel, hi. I watch your videos and admire you guys for what you have done. Moved to our country not knowing Spanish and not knowing much about us. Keep up what you're doing. I'm from Metapan, Santa Ana. Thank you.
Yes.
It has been a great journey. It's been big. There's been definitely some culture shocks and changes. My Spanish has got some major work to do, and I'm looking forward to really practicing it here now that I'm up in Berlin. It's a great country. It's a great place to be. We really appreciate all the support and all the friendliness and the beautiful people here. I mean, we feel very welcome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Angel. We appreciate that you. Yeah, it is tricky when foreigners go to a country and they don't speak the language.
Yeah.
Like, that is tricky, and we appreciate the patience that people have with us. I mean, we're making an effort. It's funny, I think Gerardo made a comment to Nikki this morning that, I love James, how he just goes in and just starts saying Spanish words and he sees what works. So I probably sound like a child a lot when I speak, but I give it a go. Thank you.
Hi guys, are you homeowners in El Salvador? No, we rent here. We haven't found, we did seriously look at the beginning of the year, but nothing really sung to us. We've now moved into a whole different area, and maybe as the Bitcoin prices start pumping, we might start looking again. Who knows?
Yep.
Yeah.
You never know. Part of it is that we haven't actually found something that was like, buy me.
Yeah.
So we're still looking, but at the same time, I mean, we're happy renting and just living life and doing other things.
Yeah, and as we, different homes you rent, you see things that you like, the things that you don't like. You see the way different homes have been built because, there doesn't seem to be
Building
a
standard.
building standard here. So, so you see what works and what doesn't. And I think that's been actually really, really good.
Yep.
Yeah.
So things that we learn, like this wall behind us, actually has about 1.5 meters of dirt up against it.
Yeah.
And something that you learn is not to build your home wall up against your neighbor's dirt.
Yeah.
Because the moisture comes through. And these are just little things which are regulated in the Western world, and they're not regulated here, and people do these things, and it can make for an expensive repair. And so these are things that you learn about buying here in El Salvador. Also, I was born in El Salvador. I want to go back for good, but I'm scared to make the move. My advice to everybody is you need to know your why you want to do something, why you want to be somewhere, why you don't want to be somewhere, what your mission is in life. We had some pretty strong whys that came up for us to make this move, and it made it easy. And you live into the fear because that is growth, and it's part of the adventure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hopefully that's inspiring for you.
J-Dub, is Berlin AM? AM?
Is Berlin an official city,
sorry, the rest of the sentence,
or like Bitcoin Beach, where it's kind of just part of a city? Berlin is its own
city.
town.
Yep, it's got its own cathedral there. We had heard that it was about 30,000 people, but we've now heard it's slightly less than that. So we're not definitely sure how many, but it is a town. It is a city.
The numbers dropped. The number keeps dropping each time we're talking to people. But there's outlying little shanty towns as well, which it depends on whether people count those and the estimated number of people in those as well. But yes, Berlin is its own town in Usulatan.
Yep.
Like it's not like Bitcoin Beach where it's almost like a random village.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
This has its own. It has an El Qadiyya in town. It has its own police station.
It's got its own sort of park, central park, with the cathedral next to it as well. So yeah.
A lot of people are surprised when they come and visit. They're like, wow, Berlin's way bigger and busier than I expected. And it's like, like the same for us. Like we were like, wow, this is a town. Yeah. This is happening.
What kind of internet is Berlin? Cable, DSL, and fiber? Bit of both, but everything.
Bit of everything. Great question. So we can get 100 meg down and 20 meg up. And at the center, we just had it installed, and it is on cable, even though it's through Tigo. But I removed the fiber line, so it means that fiber is available in the area. So Claro may be the fiber provider here, and there's also CableSat, which we have in our house, and CableSat is largely DSL or coax cable as well. Yeah. So, but you can get high speeds. You can get 100 megs, which is great.
Yeah. Robert, hi Robert. We will see you, I imagine, later tonight.
Yes. Robert's also now a local Berliner.
Yes. Ronald, we'll be in El Salvador this week, flying out tonight. Hope to see you guys in Berlin, my Kiwi friends.
Awesome.
Great. Come and visit. Yeah, if you definitely this weekend is one of the weekends where it's going to be pretty big and busy. After this weekend, of course, we've got a week, and then it's going to be the Adopting Bitcoin. So we will be up in San Salvador for about 4 or 5 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Anyone who's coming to visit, feel free to say hi. FSV, sorry. I don't know why you're sorry, but that's all good.
Yeah. Oh, because he hasn't been listening lately.
Is that what it is? He hasn't
yeah.
been. Okay,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
that makes sense. It's all good. We don't expect you to be here every show.
Vanda Hayes, greetings from a smoky attic somewhere in the Netherlands. You guys look great. Love your work and energy. It's people like you who change the world for the better. Thank you for that. Oh my God, that's amazing.
Yes, thank you.
Wow. We're only a small dot in this world. I mean, I think there's lots of people who are doing what we are doing, and a lot of people are doing a lot more than what we are doing. So, I mean, appreciate your kind words.
Yeah.
But yeah, we are. Yeah, just
We're just a couple of random people that turned up in El Salvador and started talking about it on social media, and then we're like, "Hey, Berlin looks interesting," and here we are. But thank you. It was funny because Charlie, the natural investor, who's a massive part of what's happening here as well. I was having a chat with him the other day where he's like, "Is it crazy that we're here?" Like, there's I think there's 8 or 10 foreigners who have come here at the moment, and it's Evelyn and Gerardo, what did he say, 5 months at the moment that they've been here working on this project, and it seems like not many people, and it makes you feel a little bit crazy that you're here, because it's like, but we're early. It just goes to show how early we are, and how it's amazing. This is an amazing time.
Yes.
Really amazing time. Frozen Mementos. I've got your Marmite, and I won't be holding that against you. Well, I'll be holding any Vegemite holders against them. And I'm keen to meet you guys and say hi. Hopefully I can coordinate that soon. We'll aim to get the Adopting Bitcoin tickets. If you have Marmite, that's like Bitcoin. It's very tradable.
Yeah, and if you haven't got your Adopting BTC tickets yet, you can use our code. You're going to want to get them before the end of this month because they are going to go up again. But our code is NJES. It's on the board now. Oh, it was on the board. Sorry.
The wrong one,
NJES 23. So that will give you 10% discount.
Yes.
Yes. So
now,
do that.
We learnt there's a special tier of ticket. I don't think this was available last year. So the tier 1 is if you're a Salvadoran, $21, which must be paid in Bitcoin, and you need to have a DUI, you can go to the conference for $21. If you are a person who has a residency card, like we do, we have a temporary residency card, you can go for $150 that needs to be paid in Bitcoin. That is a new ticket that wasn't available last year. Yeah. So if you're living here, you have residency, and you're umming and ahhing about going, spend the $150 on a ticket. Come along, listen to all the other people that are here, because it's really interesting. It's worth going. $150 is, I would say, the value exchange for that is really good.
It's really good.
Really good.
Especially buying a ticket. When you think about it, you're going to a conference, you're buying a ticket only 2 weeks prior to the conference starting, and you get it for $150.
It's a huge discount.
It's huge.
Yep. So you already know the speakers who are going to be there. You can look at the list. You may have to apply for that ticket because I don't believe they offer it as a checkout option. So if you don't see it on the checkout, you may.
It is. No, it's in there.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't checked it out specifically, but
no, I went in and had a look. Yeah,
you did.
No, it's there.
Okay.
Okay.
J-Dub, thank you for answering my questions. It's great. I mean, hey, this is an amazing service, really. Like, anyone can turn up and ask a crazy question on the call, and we'll answer it as best we can about what's happening in El Salvador, our experience with Bitcoin. Today, for example, in our Twitter comments, somebody asked about houses. I put them in touch with 3 different people that they can contact about houses here. I mean, there's lots of value that goes out. There's also great chat groups out there as well. You don't have to specifically ask us.
No. And then
FSV. A is not happy about the Marmite comment.
Vegemite. Okay, we have this little fun thing happening. Definitely, you're either a Vegemite lover or you're a Marmite lover. Or not a lover of either, maybe.
What? Who wouldn't love Marmite? Oh, man. No, it's all good.
Anyway, okay, is that it?
that is definitely it. I'm pushing the emoji button because it's fun. Thank you to everybody who's come in and taken part in the chat, doing things with Bitcoin in general anywhere in the world. Remember, adoption doesn't have to be here in El Salvador. It can be where you are in your hometown. Talk to people, get them to download a wallet, get them to use it, share it, send them some sats. Like right now, $1 is 3,039 sats.
Awesome.
So share $1 with a person, send them 3,000 sats.
Get them onboarded.
Yeah,
You know?
it's a small price to pay to get people to see how good the experience is, and it's only getting better by the day. Something I was gonna throw something out, but it's eluded me now. Yep.
All right. I was
No,
just
sorry.
looking.
No, I thought you had something there.
Just some more comments before we move on to the next thing. Great show, guys. Thanks. Not a problem. Super pilotish. We always love you joining in. Clements Johnson, thank you. Thank you for listening. JW, I'm excited. I believe I'll have to make it down to Berlin where I visit December. I'm convinced. Thanks. Absolutely. Come and check it out.
And I mean, if you haven't listened to the podcast yet with Evelyn and Gerardo, listen to that because. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm pumping it all up. I mean, Mike was super impressed with what these guys have done, right? And Mike's here, and Mike started a community, and he talked to these guys, and he was like, "Wow, you guys are just going crazy with this. This is really good."
Yeah.
And that it's really reassuring to hear somebody who's lived here through this is so impressed with what these guys are doing. And remember, it's locals driving for locals.
Yeah.
Which is super cool.
All right.
Is that it?
Yep.
We're up to an hour.
Yep.
Like, we don't normally go this long. We really appreciate you guys tuning in, listening, asking questions, sending sats. It's super amazing. All right, I'm going to go to the next one. I'm going to talk about the outro.
Outro. Absolutely.
Okay.
One thing, JW, is just remember it is 1,000 meters high. So even though it is warm, it is a lot cooler than the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah. And December would be, I think, one of the coldest months up here. But it's still, So just remember to bring maybe, something warm in the evenings is the main thing. During the day, it's absolutely fine.
Yep. Oh, wow. Okay. 30 minutes ago, somebody sent us... Desday from Guy Lu. So I don't know if Guy Lu is in our chat, but they just sent 32,855 sats or $11. Thank you very much. That's amazing. Sorry, it didn't come up as a live notification in the chat that came into the Blink wallet. That's awesome. A couple of shout outs. Bitwage, we use these guys. I'm wearing their t-shirt today. We use these guys to get money sent to a fiat. We get fiat sent to a bank account for work we do. These guys are international. They're in Canada, the United States. They're in Europe. Yeah. I'm not exactly sure, but
Denmark, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so if you're a remote worker, this is a great way to get funds paid locally to your Bitcoin wallet anywhere in the world because Bitcoin is borderless. Nikki's shirt is a My First Bitcoin shirt.
Yes.
If you want one of these cool shirts, because My First Bitcoin do some great shirts, and you're going to be here for the conference or their meetups, it's a great time to buy one. Yeah. All the funds from those shirts go to supporting My First Bitcoin. Jamie, who does the acceptln.com that we did last week, if you want to check that out, he had a whole heap of My First Bitcoin diplomas in Spanish with him, which was super cool. They were $25 each. That's the printing cost and I believe maybe some donation, I'm not sure. Yeah. But you can buy one of those. You can download it for free online and do the My First Bitcoin diploma if you want to in English or Spanish. We've actually done it in Spanish on YouTube, and we've done it in English on YouTube, and you can listen to us talk through it. And join our newsletter if you haven't, down in the description below, the Substack link. Tomorrow morning, 9 a.m, it's going to go out. It's got a hope of events. So if you're coming to visit, it's a great place. A lot of people apparently share it. Someone at the market said, I share your newsletter all the time because the events are super useful. Thank you for that.
Yep. And don't forget this weekend. Come to Berlin this weekend. Come to the Bitcoin Farmers Market. Come to their first official Bitcoin meetup on the Saturday night. Come and experience what Berlin is, and share your love. Spend some stats with some of these amazing shop owners. We've got over 80 shop owners now accepting Bitcoin.
That's just shop owners. That's not
Yeah.
the people like staff and
Yeah.
just general people that
Yeah.
are running around.
Mm.
We're going for that 3% to get a movement moving, which is
Yes.
awesome.
Mm.
Also, I'm just going to shout out like that ATM. That's
Yes.
actually on loan from a friend, Ricardo. He works at Yankee. That's his personal machine. It's a K1 machine. If you guys want to experience it, we're going to have it running up here this weekend, and it will be in the centre full time after that. I don't know what I was going to say about that, but it's by K1, a Salvadoran company. They build these. They're technically a vending machine. They're not technically an ATM, which is how you get around that law. And the new ones are really awesome.
Yeah.
We'd love to get our hands on one of those at some point.
Okay, we're done.
Yeah, we're done.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, guys.
Love your support. We really appreciate it.
Yes.
And look forward to seeing you up here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have a great week. Listen to the
Yeah.
podcast and share some